get right back into the action for another day of the week. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Chasing That Paper, presented by VegasInsider.com, baby! Woo! All right, face the elephant in the room here, coming off of a dog shit day betting there yesterday, that Monday night football game. Remind me to never bet on the Rams again, especially when they're playing at Lambeau Field, but today is a new day. We live to bet another day. That day is today, so today will hopefully be bounce back day. So 5 total picks covering the NBA and the NHL. Going to weigh in on the Jalen Hurts situation there with the Eagles, and a bit of a thought I have about LeBron James that I want to share with you guys and maybe get some feedback from you, the viewer. Just a reminder before we get into the picks here, guys, if you're watching on YouTube right now, do me a favor, right down there, there's a like button, there's a subscribe button. Give those a little click for your boy. I would appreciate it very, very much. All right, it's enough small talk. Let's get right into the action. We're going to start things off in New York City. The Golden State Warriors in 10 at Madison Square Garden to take on the Knicks. My best bet for this game, give me the Knicks to cover the first half spread, minus 2.5 points. So check the Knicks out in the first half. They are a first half darling, especially at home. 11-3 against the spread in the first half at home this season. Warriors, by the way, 5-12 in the first half against the spread on the road. And the Knicks, just a first half wagon in general, regardless of the location. They rank first in first half point margin over the last 10 games, plus 7.1. Golden State, as average as it gets, sitting there at 15th. And they're better than the Warriors in many key areas. Over the last 10 games, they rank better in most key defensive metrics. They get to the free throw line more while allowing fewer free throws. They grab more offensive rebounds while allowing fewer offensive rebounds. Golden State is 30th in turnover percentage, really sloppy. Knicks, meanwhile, first in three-point defense. Give me the Knicks to cover the first half number. Next up, my favorite player prop of the night. We're going to zero in on Bradley Beal of the Wizards. He's in Phoenix taking on the Suns. Beal's point total sitting there at 23.5 points, minus 106. Boom! Give me the over on this one. So this is a soft-ass number. Allow me to explain. We're getting a nice little deal here since Beal's only played in 3 games this month, and he looked pretty damn good in his first game back to the lineup on Sunday. Scored 29 points versus the Lakers. He's topped this number in 9 of his last 11 full games. Now, he did come out in 1 game after only playing 3 minutes, so we won't count that one. But in the 11 games where he played the full game, he's averaging 26.7 points in those games. Expect to see him on the free throw line a lot tonight. The Suns come into this game ranked 28th in opponent free throw attempt rate. Beal's coming off a game where he had 13 free throw attempts. So let's hope he has a handful of freebies at least tonight versus the Suns in beautiful Phoenix. Next up, we move to the ice for a trio of picks. And I hate to do it, but I'm going against the New Jersey Devils tonight. They've been so good to us. But you got to go with your head, not your heart. So give me the Hurricanes, minus 124 at home with those Devils in 10. So dig into the analytics here. Expected goals for percentage. This is first versus 17th. The Hurricanes playing fantastic defensive hockey right now. And this is just the definition of 2 teams going in much different directions. It's a 5-game winning streak for the Hurricanes versus a 5-game losing streak for the Devils. And the man between the pipes for the Canes. What a month for Pyotr Kochetkov, the pride of Russia. A 173 goals against average in December. 2 or fewer goals allowed in 6 of his 7 starts. Meanwhile, a bit of a slump for Ivanacek, who's expected to get the start for the Devils. A 318 goals against average this month. 4 goals allowed in 3 separate games. He had good showings versus the Flyers and Blackhawks, but those teams are a disgrace, so that doesn't really count. So yeah, big edge everywhere for the Hurricanes tonight. Give me them to to win. Minus 124 on their home ice. All right, We're going to wrap things up with a duo of ice dogs. We're going to start things off with the St. Louis Blues coming in with odds of plus 150. They're in Seattle to take on the Crackheads. They're going to crack them right over the head here. So these teams are much closer than these odds indicate. You know, you dig into the analytics here. Last 10 games, expected goals for percentage, 25th and 29th. They both stink. 24th and 25th in high danger chances for percentage. St. Louis, they're heating up, outscoring opponents 14-5 on their current West Coast road trip. Wins in all 3 games. 5-2 in their last 7. Losses to the Jets and Avalanche in that stretch. No shame in that. 2 great teams there. And Seattle has never beaten St. Louis. This will be the 5th ever game between these teams. St. Louis is 4-0 against the Crackheads, which includes a victory earlier this season. Give me St. Louis! Ho, ho, ho! That's an ice dog, plus 150. All right, next up, we stay out west. We get another ice dog. Ho, ho, ho! Give me the San Jose Sharks at home, plus 151 with the Calgary Flames in town. So this isn't last year's Flames. They're significantly overvalued in this game. You know, Calgary, barely a 500 team with a negative goal differential. They're 1-5 in their last 6 games, yet they're still being valued as if they're a top team here. That is not the case, and not a whole lot separating these teams. Over the last 10 games, 13th and 15th in expected goals for percentage, 13th and 19th in high danger chances for percentage in favor of San Jose. And very ugly analytics on the road for the Flames. 26 in expected goals for percentage over the last 10 games. For them, 27 in their last 10 road games in high danger chances for percentage. Meanwhile, look at the splits at home for San Jose. 12th and 4th in expected goals for percentage and high danger chances for percentage at home for them over their last 10. And to bring it all together, much better special teams for the Sharks here. A better penalty kill and power play. So worth a shot on their home ice. The San Jose Sharks, baby. Oh, 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 oh. Gotta love those ice dogs. We've hit a few of them this season. So let's hope we hit at least one of those tonight. Both would be absolutely beautiful. Okay, guys, 5 total bets. If you're looking to tail, if you're looking to fade, the choice quite simply is yours. I recommend placing your action over at BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Let me tell you a little bit about them. Kick off your day of sports betting with the king of sportsbooks. Sign up with BetMGM using bonus code VIBONUS, and your first wager is risk-free up to $1,000. That's a VI bonus, all one word, no spaces, and your first wager is risk-free up to $1,000. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. You must be 21 or older. BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks.
Bang! Bang! It's good!
Indeed, indeed. All right, guys, news of the day. Pretty big injury here for the Philadelphia Eagles at the wrong time of the season. Now, nothing totally official yet, but it's looking like Jalen Hurts will miss at least 2 weeks here. Only 3 games remaining in the regular season. So first things first, we asked you guys to weigh in on your opinion about the big line move here. It's a 6-point spread now in Dallas versus the Cowboys on Sunday, probably the game of the week. We asked people, which way are you leaning? Now that Hurts is likely out and Minshew likely to fill in, and my God, we got 70.1% of the people on the Eagles. Not a lot of love for the Cowboys. Now, I don't know if there's some recency bias cooked in here. The Cowboys haven't looked so good their past couple games. They barely squeaked by the Texans. Of course, they lost in overtime versus the Jaguars. So, yeah, there's a couple different ways to look at this situation for the Eagles with Jalen Hurts being out. You know, it's not ideal, but I don't think this will hurt the Eagles as badly as if, say, Patrick Mahomes was out for Kansas City or if Josh Allen was out for the Bills, because the Eagles are more complete than those teams. The Eagles might be the most complete team in all of the National Football League. You know, they provide good protection for the quarterback, so it sets up pretty good for Minshew. And their defense is elite, first in yards per play allowed, so one of the best defenses in the NFL. Now, the one minor fear for the Eagles would be losing that number 1 overall seed But a lot would need to happen for that to occur. So they're 2 games up on the Vikings, and of course they had the tiebreaker against the Vikings because they beat them, I think it was week 2, Monday Night Football. So they would basically have to lose their 3 remaining games, and the Vikings would have to win their 3 remaining games. Very unlikely to happen for the Eagles. They got Dallas, the Saints, and the Giants to close out the year. So, not that big of a deal, I don't think, in the grand scheme of things. The one thing, you can't really measure it, but I guess the one concern is Hurts comes back in the playoffs, and maybe he's been off for a month or something like that, and he comes out rusty. Single game elimination. You do have to worry about things like that. So, yeah, not ideal, but it could be a lot worse for the Philadelphia Eagles. And, of course, the Eagles fans will be the first to remind you that a guy named Nick Foles once led them to a Super Bowl victory over Tom Brady. Pretty crazy. So I have a thought I want to share with you guys and maybe get your feedback on it. So you can hit up, see some people in the live chat there, or the comments section if you're watching this video after. But I got to thinking about LeBron James. Do you guys think that maybe there's a possibility that LeBron James doesn't really care so much about basketball anymore? It sounds crazy to say, but LeBron James, in his career as a professional or even a high school player, he's never been more irrelevant as a basketball player than he is right now. And it's crazy. And I say, I'm not a hater. I say this as a fan of LeBron James, the basketball player, not so much the other stuff. But I've been a big fan of James throughout his career, but he's completely irrelevant right now. You look at the situation he's in right now with the Lakers, and this is kind of why I say LeBron James doesn't really care so much about basketball. Look at the situation with the Lakers. You know what? It looked like for about 2 weeks that they were going to turn a corner. They were playing pretty good. Then, hey, big shock. Anthony Davis is injured. He's going to be out for a month. So that's going to put the Lakers in a pretty big hole probably. And it's looking like a second straight loss season for the Lakers. A lot of distractions for LeBron. The thing with LeBron is he's always been able to see the writing on the wall, right? He gave the Cavs the first 8 years of his career, and he kind of saw that, you know what, these guys aren't able to build a team around me, so he went down to Miami, and he built a super team. They had a lot of success. They went to the NBA Finals 4 straight years. They won 2 of them. Then once again, at the end of that run, he kind of saw the writing on the wall. Dwayne Wade's past his prime, maybe a lack of ability to bring in other big-time players at that point. In Miami, he saw what was going on in Cleveland. They had Kyrie, the first overall draft pick, a bunch of assets. So he goes back there. We know what happened there. Had a ton of success. Went to the NBA Finals in 4 straight years. Won 1 of them. Then once again, he saw the writing on the wall. Kyrie bolted, and he's going out there with J.R. Smith and Dellavedova as his running mates. So he packs his bags, and he goes to the Lakers. And, the first season maybe was a bit of a write-off there, but then they had a bunch of young assets. They trade them for one of the best players in the league at the time, Anthony Davis. They go on to win an NBA championship. And since then, it's been dog shit. The first-round exit in the playoffs, a lost season last year. It's looking like it's going to be a lost season this year. And it kind of seems like LeBron just doesn't care. He signed an extension with L.A., whereas, it kind of looked like it was shaping up, or maybe he could have been the Donovan Mitchell piece that went to the Cavs. But obviously, that didn't work out. And here's the thing with LeBron, compared to maybe 10 years ago, is he's got a million outside interests going on right now. He's got so much more on his mind outside of basketball, which seems insane. He's got the TV shows, movies, a bunch of different business interests. He's popping up at halftime on Thursday Night Football in the middle of basketball season when his team is struggling. And, this used to be a guy, they call him a ring chaser. He's obsessed with his legacy. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore at all. It's crazy. So it'll be interesting to see how the remaining years of LeBron James, he's still playing at a very high level, but, he just seems to be accepting failure at this point in his career. It's kind of crazy. Let me know what you think of that thought. Okay, guys, if you love what we do here at Vegas Insider, you are going to want to check out the brand new Vegas Insider app. We've got up-to-date, easy-to-navigate odds for every major sport. We have all our latest shows, best bet videos, and podcasts, prop trends, features, news, all on the Vegas Insider app. Download the Vegas Insider app right now on Apple and Android. Bet better with the Vegas Insider app. Yeah. See, producer Tito says LeBron should have stayed in Miami. I disagree with that. You know, I don't criticize LeBron for going to Miami. Like I said, he gave that Cavaliers team the first 8 years of his career. It was a revolving door at the head coach position. They couldn't bring him any good players to play with. Going out there with Antoine Jameson. You know, so I don't blame him for going to Miami. A lot of people have issues with the way it happened, the way it was orchestrated with the decision. Yeah, that was done very sloppily, I guess you could say. But yeah, I think he did the right move when he did go back to Cleveland. He wrote some wrongs. A lot of people in Cleveland thought he kind of turned his back on them, but you know what? He went back and won them a championship, so all was forgiven. Just this point in his career, it's kind of seeming like he doesn't care, which is odd because it'd be different if he was like injured all the time and he was averaging 15 points a game or something like that. But LeBron he's probably still a top 10 player in the NBA. I don't think that's much of a debate, really. But you got to win, right? So there's not a whole lot of interest. And I do think when LeBron is in the mix, the NBA is a lot better. Not the case. Thank you very much. All right, let's get into some viewer picks for this evening. A couple of submissions there today. Schreckengost, he's with me on the Canes. Devils seem to be coming back to earth. Man, we made a lot of money off them during that hot streak. What was it, 17 straight wins? They lost 5 in a row. I've also scored 2 or less in 3 straight. Canes, on the contrary, red hot in the middle of a 9-0-1 stretch. Carolina, first in expected goals, 4%, Corsi percentage, high danger. Yeah, they're just dominating right now. And not a good history for New Jersey. 1-5 in the last 6 trips to Carolina. Carolina, the best team in hockey right now. To get them at -124. A bit of a bargain here against a team that's in a slump here, New Jersey. All right, let's keep rolling here. Ottawa, +130. This is from our guy, Third and Ben, who's made a couple of submissions here to the program. Since the start of December, significant edge to Ottawa in Corsi. Expected goals 4, and expected goals allowed. Goaltending matchup is fair. Hellebuck is great. Talbot's been lights out lately. Special teams matchup is even overall. Reasonable price. And an underlying even matchup. Yeah, okay, good luck there on an ice dog. Let's hit that ice dog tonight, too. We wrap things up with Kowloon City. This is a game I'll be watching tonight. Penguins-Rangers in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I'm surprised to see this out at 5.5 for a Penguins game. Penguins 30 goals in their last 8 games. Rangers 35 in their last 8. Both squads averaged 3+ on the season. Both top 10 in goals 4. I like the data here, Joey Bears. Little nickname he's got for me there. Yeah, and of course, as we pointed out a couple times over the past couple of weeks, Igor Shesterkin not playing at the Vezina level he played at there last season. Okay, guys, it is now time for today's Handicapper Heat Check presented by VegasInsider.com, your home for the best expert picks in the business since 1997. Today's featured expert is Joe Nelson, who is 5-1 this bowl season and has his Boca Raton Bowl pick posted. Scott Rickenbach is also 9-2 in his last 11 college football plays, and profits leader Chip Chambers hitting at 65% in college football this season. Visit VegasInsider.com/picks. That's VegasInsider.com/picks for tonight's top expert pick. That's your Handicapper Heat Check. Stay hot, bettors. Yes, sir. All right. In and out pretty quickly. That's the way it goes when I'm flying solo. I won't be flying solo. I think Kevin Rogers is joining me tomorrow. We went 7-0 last Wednesday, so we'll try to replicate that. That was the best show in show history. So yeah, we got to get Kevin in here to weigh in on bowl season. He's our college football guy, so he'll have some action there. Also, some college hoops. Make sure, once again, that you like and subscribe to this channel. We got a lot going on here at the Vegas Insider YouTube channel. We'll have a lot going on over the holidays as well. We're not going to leave you hanging. All right, guys, that is it for today. Best of luck with your bets tonight, unless you're fading me. And as always, keep chasing that paper. Woo!